Tata Consultancy Services, the biggest IT company in India, kick-started the Q1 FY21 earnings season. While it did miss the street estimates, the deal wins and also the management commentary did offer some kind of a hope of recovery in demand as well as the worst being over. Let's do a three-point analysis of the quarterly results and also on the outlook going forward. 1. Q1 earnings fine print. Well, the quarterly performance was subdued as the company did see some significant impact of COVID-19 on the revenue front and largely was in line with what it had also guided in the last quarter. Now, the revenue for the quarter at $5.05 billion de-grew by year-on-year 6.3% in constant currency and 7.8% in reported currency, although the rupee revenue was flat thanks to the currency depreciation. Now, about 20% of the decline could be attributed to the supply side of issues as all the clients did not approve of the remote working model till April. However, bulk of the pain emanated from the demand side as except for life sciences and healthcare, all the other verticals degrew. However, other than UK and Canada, the company's largest vertical, BFSI, did well elsewhere. Now, turning to geographies, the only bright spot was continental Europe that actually seems to be coming out strongly. Other than that, the large geographies, say USA and UK, they all degrew in this quarter. Now, the standout positive from the results was the strong deal win. While there was some spillover from the March quarter also in terms of some large deals, the company did mention about the increase in the number of smaller deals and also a healthy pipeline going ahead from here. Now, TCS has not seen any worsening of its receivable position. Its cash conservation rate remains healthy and attrition has also fallen to an industry-leading 11.1%. 2. Why TCS is a must-own in the new normal? Well, TCS has successfully addressed the delivery issues amid the lockdown through successful transition of its workforce to location-independent, secured, borderless workplace model, that is the SBWM model, and the same has resonated very well with its clients. Now, the company is gaining from the vendor consolidation in favor of large, more efficient players, as many of the clients are also migrating businesses from smaller marginal players as well. Now, in addition, the technology spending is going to scale to new highs as globally businesses are adapting to the new normal post-COVID. Now, the company is seeing demand traction from three particular key areas, namely the rollout of digital infrastructure, as companies adopt smart, secured workplace. The second area where substantial investment is expected is customer experience, as many businesses are also switching to complete online experience and they are rejigging their core system to handle this change as well. Now, the higher spending coupled with market share gains spells good news for TCS. Now, the company has the requisite capacity as over 75% of its workforce are fully trained for digital delivery, and so far the business opportunity was far short of its capability as well. Now, while demand disruption from some of the worst affected sectors and some pricing pressure thereon are likely, the strong tailwinds discussed above should definitely put the company in fine fettle. Now, in the management's own admission, Q1 was the worst quarter, with upturn expected from Q2 onwards, and the normalcy in revenue should have a positive rub-off on the margins as well. 3. What's the outlook going forward then on TCS? Well, there is little doubt that TCS will emerge as a strong long-term survivor post the current tumult. Now, however, given the rally, partially a part of market overall exuberance, the one-year upside is limited to, say, high single digits. But investors could therefore look at adding TCS to their long-term portfolio on every market decline from here on.